If you remember, around this time last year, I rode my Brompton G Line all the way from London to Paris. At the time, the bike was completely stock, no customization, no upgrades, nothing at all. And honestly, it was absolutely fine. In fact, I found it really comfortable. But you may also remember another video I uploaded where I went to Bristol to spend the day with Paul and Sarah from Velo Works. It was during that visit that Paul gave me some inspiration for a handlebar upgrade. I never really appreciated how much difference a few millimeters could make until I test rode Paul's bike. The change in hand position and the reduction in wrist strain was immediately noticeable. It was subtle, but it completely changed the feel of the ride. So naturally, I decided to make the same upgrade to my own G Line. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I did it. The new handlebar I'm fitting is the Shimano Pro LT low-rise handlebar paired with dreadlock mountain bike grips. For this job, you'll need a hex key set to remove and reassemble the handlebar, brake levers and gear shifter. A hacksaw suitable for cutting aluminium handlebars. Just make sure you're using the correct blade. A file to smooth the outer edges after cutting. A deburring tool to clean and smooth the inside edges of the handlebar. A measuring tape to accurately measure and mark your cut points. A torque wrench for tightening everything back to manufacturer specifications. And finally, a clamp and vise are really useful for getting a clean, straight cut. I'm also using a Park Tool saw guide, which really helps keep the cuts straight and accurate. The first step is to remove the brake levers, the gear shifter, handlebar grips, and finally the original handlebar itself. Now here's a closer comparison between the original Brompton handlebar and the new Shimano Pro low-rise handlebar. The difference is actually very subtle, but hopefully from this angle you can see that the Shimano bar has a slightly flatter profile with less upward sweep. That's where the term low rise comes from. It simply doesn't rise as much as the stock handlebar. Then you need to measure both handlebars from end to end. Calculate the difference in the width between them. Divide that number by 2 so you know exactly how much needs to be removed from each side of the new handlebar. When marking the cut points, I used a graphite pencil because it shows up clearly on the black finish without leaving a thick line, which helps keep the cut more accurate. Next, place the handlebar into the Park Tool saw guide and line the hacksaw blade up carefully with the mark. Once you're happy everything is straight and secure, tighten the clamp and begin cutting. Before you know it, one side is done. Then simply repeat the process on the other side. Once both sides are cut, use a file to smooth the outer edges. Then use a deburring tool to clean up the inside edges of the handlebar for a smooth finish. After that, it's time to reassemble everything. Fit the new handlebar onto the bike stem, reinstall the brake levers and the gear shifter, fit the new grips, and finally use a torque wrench to tighten everything according to the manufacturer guidelines. And there we have it, the new upgraded handlebar fitted onto the G Line. It's a subtle change, but one that makes a surprisingly big difference to the overall feel and comfort of the bike. Of course, this all comes down to personal preference, but since the G Line is designed more towards trails and off-road riding, I felt it made sense to give it a setup that feels a little closer to a mountain bike. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below letting me know what upgrades or modifications you've made to your Brompton G Line. Until next time.